Arnold McKinsey. I am President and CEO of TAM Consulting Firm. We do diverse business procurement and also MWB certification and training. And also I'm pulling double duty today. I work at Hofstra University. I am program manager for a program called Ascend Long Island, which helps diverse businesses in our community to find procurement opportunities and also resources for development. Welcome this morning again to the NABWIC Legislative Launch Breakfast. Give yourselves a round of applause. The motto for NABWIC is "We are the voice of Black women in construction." And I must say that it is about time. Our voices should also be heard in this industry because we're an important facet of it. And I'm glad that this organization has been started and that there is a New York chapter for us to belong to. Amen? Amen. Amen. NABWIC was envisioned by Ann McNeil. She founded the organization on December 12th of 1991 and as a coalition to represent the voices of Black women in the construction industry. NABWIC empowers our members to lead, engage, and succeed. The mission of the organization: to increase the national awareness of Black women in the construction industry, to advocate for Black women, for further opportunities for its membership, and to advocate our core foundation, strengthened with building blocks of new education, entrepreneurial, professional, and social network connections. The vision: to build lasting strategic partnerships with first-rate organizations and individuals that will provide groundbreaking and innovative solutions for Black women in construction in their respective communities. There cannot be a better time or a better place for this organization than New York City. Amen? Amen. Amen. Right now, I'd like to introduce Mr. John J. Skinner, Jr., the Commissioner of Labor.
Good morning, everybody. I'll be brief so you can get back to your business at hand. Laura Curran sends her regards and has a laser focus on helping promote MWBE businesses in Nassau County. And we look to help everyone here succeed and get some of the work that's coming up in our county. Any way we can help you do that, please feel free to reach out to me directly or to Laura's office. And this is something we support fully and expect to try to reach the goals that the governor sets for MWBEs, which we all know is sometimes a bit of a struggle, getting young entrepreneurs to get started. So any way we can help people do that, we'd be looking to help. And great to meet all of you today. Please reach out to me anytime. All right, thank you, and have a great breakfast.
Thank you, Mr. Skinner. We are very excited and happy that one of the major goals for County Executive Curran is to have MWBE at the top of our priority list. So we're grateful for that and thankful for opportunities that are on the way. Thank you for speaking for us today. We're now going to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Janelle Doris. He's Senior Advisor and Director of NYC Mayor's Office of Minority and Women-Owned Businesses. Mr. Doris, please come.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, that sounds right. Good morning, Nassau County.
Good morning.
Well, you know, I am so happy to be back in Nassau County. As many of you know, I've worked very closely with the county and when I was at the governor's office, and certainly lived here a long time, including a lot of my family members still here. And then, of course, got called over to the city and back in the city, but certainly coming down Peninsula, all those good memories. I said, go down Peninsula from Lynbrook over to Lipa, where I worked for some time, and then even way before that in Hicksville, where I started my career. But I'm so happy to be back in Nassau County and to see everyone here. We are so happy to come at this launch, as this celebration. I think it's so important for us to really focus on women of color, but particularly Black women. And I'll get into that in a little bit, in the construction industry, and talk about the challenges that are there and what we're doing, and really contextualize from the city's perspective what kind of role we've played. I just want to give a big shout out to Shelly Brazeley. Where is she? There she is, right there. And I don't know how much time I got, but I don't have enough time to really talk about how she's been in the struggle for some time. Myself and Julie Harris, who's here, we had worked for the governor's office of storm recovery, and I can tell you guys some stories about when we implemented the 30% goal on all contracts to our subrecipients, including Nassau County. All the interesting conversations and things that we've had in order to implement that. So we've spent quite a bit of money in Nassau County, and I was here when Superstorm Sandy hit. I was working at LIPA at the time out of Mott Avenue, right at the substation there. We were stationed there as a district manager for the whole Nassau County and Queens. And so I've been through that and the challenges, but also on the rebuilding side, had the opportunity to go on the governor's side to really see how we can help folks get back into their homes, get businesses back up and running. And so it's been really an interesting time, and Shelly's been with us. Wow, I mean, that was some struggle in that time. Boy, it was some fights we had to have, but we did it, and for that, I think she's really to be celebrated for what she was attempting to do in Nassau County. But now with the new leadership in Nassau County, our commissioners here, others, with our new county executive, with the new Hempstead, I'm trying to figure out, did I go to see at the wrong time? Because it's like a whole lot of stuff is happening in Nassau County. I need to come back to my good friend Bill Archer. Thank you for being here. We've been in the struggle for a while too, and everyone else. I need some more. Long Beach. You want to talk about that? We got some stuff, man. I'll be here talking. Y'all got to bring me back when I have some time to talk about the struggle we've been in. I mean, my goodness, I can tell you lots of stories, but I also can tell you about the progress. It's good to have the struggle because I think it highlights exactly all the challenges that we're having, but also there's been immense amount of progress. And not only on the electoral side, but really progress in what we're having here today. And I think we want to celebrate that, and we want to make sure that we support it. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the city. So New York City, I was appointed the first senior advisor and director of the mayor's office at MWB. In the history of the city of New York, there's never been an office, a mayoral office, that's concentrated in getting contracts into the hands of people of color and women. And so that's a travesty in itself. The city spends $20 billion with a B, at least, every single year in procurement. Matter of fact, we spend more than that, but we procure. In our procurement cycle, we do about 20 billion. And so our, anywhere between 15 and 20 billion. So the mayor created this office, and at the time, working for the governor, doing the Sandy recovery work across the state, 33 counties, to come to just the city, you say, well, where do I really want to do that? But I found that the city is really a leader in this. And if we're going to make an impact, folks follow where the city goes. I'm sorry, I love Nassau County. It's where I spend most of my wonderful years, but certainly where the city of New York goes with just the volume of people, the volume of dollars we spend, but also the proximity to Wall Street, where the business and the commerce actually is happening in the country and the world. Whatever happens there, it transcends also to our corporate sector, which is important. And so the mayor founded the office about 2.5 years ago and asked me to come and to be the first senior advisor and director of that office. And it's been really night and day, for 2 decades or more, actually. The MWBE program was shut down in the city, essentially. And so what you have now is businesses who were disinvested in, meaning that there's no investment going to those businesses. Secondarily, you have a market that was not conducive for business growth. So you have capacity challenges because you're not engaging the businesses in the first place. They exist, but if you're not engaging them, they don't have the ability to grow and thrive. And then we also have market challenges where we have evidence of discrimination in the marketplace when you try to get money, meaning, working capital just to do your work costs you more than it would cost somebody else. That's proven, and that is statistically proven, and also something that we sought to remedy. Then we have also with the bond marketplace another issue. So if you're in construction, you need bonding, and if the bond providers don't give you the same rate they give others, so your profit margins are small anyway, so they're eating into your profit margin. You're essentially working for them and not taking home money to your family and thrive and your businesses and your employees and your workers. So that's a challenge. So we've been trying to deal with all of these issues and providing some solutions to the discrimination that we know happens in the marketplace, and it's just out there, and we have to be okay with saying that, right? That's the first step. So the market discriminates against people of color and women, or else these programs won't exist. So we have a disparity study that we just completed again. We have to do it periodically. That proved discrimination in the marketplace. Statistically analysis that says it proved it. We have the availability of businesses with the capacity, and yet they're not getting the work. We also proved that when they go to the private sector for capital, they're getting priced out, bad terms, just like with the housing market, predatory lending, etc. This is what we're facing with. So what we did in the city, couple things we did. One, the mayor set a 30% goal for the entire city. So to me, if you want to start change in government, you need to have a goal, something for folks to work to. So that's the first thing. So if and I don't know if Nassau County has theirs, but let me tell you, you got to get a goal for folks to work to. And it's easy. Just do a disparity study. You'll see. I mean, you have all the tools right there to do what you have to do. All right. So, in order to address the issue of inclusion, the mayor set a goal. The goal had to be high enough and aspirational enough for us to actually move government and create an inertia that will push folks to think about procurement and capacity building and business inclusion at a different level, right? And so 30% was that level, and the state has that goal as well, but the city, we adopted a 30% goal. Next thing we did, the mayor, actually before he did the 30%, the mayor had set a $16 billion, that's a volume goal, $16 billion in 10 years, by 2025 for us to give $16 billion to MWBE businesses. Wow. Now, after I came on board, we sort of looked at that goal and said, well, wait a minute, we are $1.8 billion ahead of schedule. And so we said, we went to the mayor and said, sir, we've got to increase this goal, because if that goal was probably not the right goal to begin with. Because if you had put all the resources of the city of New York behind this thing, then we need to expect that there's going to be results. And so we moved the goal to $20 billion. So the city of New York has a $20 billion MWBE goal now, and I'm happy to say, yeah, that's good, right? I'm happy to say that we are, as of last quarter, I think we're at 10.7 billion. We've already done in that with that goal. So we're more than halfway through that goal. So maybe we have to move it again, but not right away. We gotta let me see how we get to that 20 first. But to say, when there's challenges, if you have intentionality, you can meet those challenges, right? And then also we had a 9,000 certified business goal, meaning we want to certify 9,000 businesses, which would put us very close to what the state has, but we really want to get business, not just any business, right? Businesses who are looking to do work with the city of New York. And so we're about, I think, 7,500 or so of those businesses, and by the end of the year, we should get to our mark. Now, why am I here in Nassau County? All trying to show, well, is you from the city? What you doing here? So, I will put it this way. The City of New York's MWBE program includes 13 counties, including Nassau and Suffolk. Some of you, if I believe, are also, I know Deidre is, some of you are certified with the City of New York as well. So we are looking to get you certified with the City of New York and count the City of New York as an opportunity, a place for you to do business with the City of New York. We also, I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, about $100 million of business went to Nassau County and Suffolk County from the City of New York in our MWBE program, okay? We have Ms. Gideon here, one of our prime contractors who are doing amazing work. Her and her husband and their team, they are also MWBEs in the City of New York, and they are one of our leading MWB engineering firms, and they're doing amazing work. And we are so proud of the work they're doing, as well as with the work that Deidre is doing and others in the room. So why I'm here is because New York City is open for business for you.
Yes.
And I can't get to my 20 billion if you're not there to participate in our process, okay? And so we're so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be here just to tell you a little bit about what the city is doing, but also to welcome you in to those who are not a part of our program, to say that you are, the fact that you're in Nassau County and Suffolk County, you are in the, of our program. We also have counties in New Jersey, 5 counties in New Jersey that we get folks from. And we go up Rochester, Westchester counties, etc. So the City of New York, just because of our economic impact, right, we have include all these particular counties in our program. So if you're not certified with the City of New York, it's a good time to get certified with the City of New York. You can go on our website. All you have to do is punch in New York City MWBE, and it will bring you straight to our website, which will take you to our certification page, and you just get certified with us. If you're already certified with us and you're not doing business with us, I like to be very straight up. Now I need my glasses. You can actually write this down, and I don't know, Deidre, maybe I'll give it to you too, and you can send it around in the email list to everybody who's here. But our direct email address, I have my staff members who are there will help you, and we're very responsive. And those who know us know that we are. You can email us at contact@mwbe.nyc.gov, contact@mwbe.nyc.gov. And the last thing, I'll end with this, because I can keep going talking about MWBEs, and I don't think I have a Q&A, right? I don't, right? Okay. All right. So I would say this is something that we've done as a former small business owner. Well, you're never a former small business owner anyway. You're always an entrepreneur. It's always in your blood. But since I'm working for government, I can't do that anymore. So let me just say I'm a former small business owner. One of the things that really got to me was when I went to my bank. And this bank I was doing a lot of business with, and I had several accounts in that bank from several different organizations that I was managing, nonprofit, etc., all these things. And I went to the bank and I said, well, now I'm doing my business. I need a loan for my business. Okay, high credit score, contracts for you to see this big. And I said, I just need a few dollars so I can set my office up in the city. And, just to help me so I don't have to tap into my savings and all this other stuff. Just give me a business loan. And my bank looked at me and said, well, we don't meet the profile. I said, well, what do you mean you don't meet the profile? I said, I've got all these contracts here. I've got high credit score. So don't, this is a fantasy that they tell you, folks, you know. Okay, all right. I had all that, and I went to them. I said, you know, it wasn't even a lot of money. I said, you know, I just needed some money to get me situated in the city so I can get my business. You know, I had a P.O. box on my business card. Y'all know what? Okay, y'all are just. And one of my clients, my biggest client, he's like, "What you do with this P.O. box? When you go out there, you represent me. Come on, change this thing and get an office." And I was like, "Okay, let's go." I didn't want to do it, so I said, "Okay, let me just go do an office." So I went and was going to get an office. I said, "Listen, I just need this money for this." The bank, and I'm not going to call the bank name, but you probably know the bank. But the bank is one of the biggest banks in the world. The bank said no, and so I had to go to a CDFI, Community Development Financial Institution, and got a loan from them. One of the most amazing things that they do. And look, I'm not knocking them. They were great. They were fantastic. They sat me down. They said, "Wow, Mr. Doris, why are you coming to us? You've got all this stuff." And I said, "Well, but my bank won't give me the money." And they said, "Well, we'll give it to you." But, you know, they gave it to me, but they gave it to me at a high interest rate. And so at the time, that's many years ago, at the time that was 9-point-something% and 9.95%, and that's a lot of money. If if your margins are really tight, that's really a lot of money. So when I came to the city, the first act I did, we were about to implement our contract finance loan fund. If you are a part of the city, we try to help you with getting funds to operate your business. And so the first thing I did, I said, well, let me look at this program that you all about to implement. Number one, it was capped at $150,000, which is like, okay, that needs to go. And then it was also, they're looking at similar high interest. And so I went in and said, look, we're going to cap this at 3%. So we're going to cap it at 3%. We're going to up the number, the max loan to $500,000. And last year, when our disparity study came out, and we still see that we were having challenges, what we did was we changed it and said you can have multiple loans up to $1 million with the city now at 3%. Now you tell me where you can find that, and you can't anywhere. So we now in the city have a program where you can get up to 3% interest rate, $1 million from us to perform on our contract. So money is no longer an issue in that range. Now, if you're doing bigger contracts, most of the time you can just go to your bank. Most people were able to do that. For the contractors who need that help and assistance, you can get up to $1 million with us now at 3%. And the last thing I'll say is that since you're all in construction, bonding, and we're working on some things on insurance, but first, bonding was an issue as well. And the city also has a program where we found, along with our EDLF, or our Emerging Developer Loan Fund program, that MWBEs or small business were giving away equity to get money. Now that's a backwards business proposition. Why give away to get? You ought to keep it, and then, like everybody else, float dollars from elsewhere and then pay it back, right? And so there's a debt program there. So we said, folks were putting up their homes, their children's savings accounts, for college. They were putting up all kinds of things, and we said this is just immoral. And so we said we're going to do something about that with the bond markets. And so we launched our bond collateral assistance program. So you can get from the city, if you're doing construction, or if the bid requires a bid bond, you can come to us and we will give you, you have to apply for the cameras. But you can apply for and most likely get up to $500,000 in collateral assistance. And if you're in construction, you understand what that means. That means that for $500,000, you don't have to go find that elsewhere. We put an escrow somewhere, and the bond company, hold us accountable for that $500,000 in the bonding, and then that gives you about 3 or 4 times that amount in bond in bond capacity. So we've been starting to do a lot of work there. That program is alive and well. We put $10 million aside for that. We put $10 million aside for the Contract Finance Loan Fund and $10 million aside for our Emerging Developer Loan Fund. It wasn't enough. We went to the banks, private banks that do business with the city. Another opportunity for our colleagues here in Nassau County to do. There's depository banks that work with you. You can go to them. Trust me, they want to work with you and keep working for you, and they will be open to it. All the banks we went to were open to it, but 4 banks came forward with an additional $41 million to join our $30 million, and now the pot is $71 million of revolving loan funds for MWB. Okay. So with that said, I think my time is up. I really do appreciate you all bringing me out here. I'm excited to be here. I want to make sure that the city of New York is here to support you. And if you have any concerns, any comments, anything, any challenges that you're facing, please make sure you reach out to me. The MWBE program is not a handout. It's an economic development program. It's an economic justice program. And that's what we're about. All right? Thank you so much.
Give Mr. Doris a round of applause. He is doing amazing work on our behalf and behalf of people who look like us to do business in the city. So thank you so very much for all that you've done in just a short amount of time. Thank you for that. We'd like at this time to acknowledge Legislator Sheila Bino from District Number 2. We call to say a few words, Legislator.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Greetings to all assembled here and to the leadership and the membership of Hats and Heels. Now that's a name, right? That alone drove me here this morning. Hats and Heels, I love it. So as introduced, my name is Sheila Bino. I'm a legislator for the 2nd Legislative District. And aside from that, I'm the executive director for the Town of Huntington Housing Authority. And it's in my role as the executive director at the Housing Authority that I understand the struggle of the MWBEs and the service disabled veteran programs that don't have the capital to be able to be competitive in the market, right? And to be able to attain these contracts. And so when I was elected in 2014 to the legislature and assigned to the Office of Minority Affairs Committee, I started doing my research and to determine, how we can, Nassau County, improve our conditions so that we can level the playing field. To that end, it's been a long journey and it's been a lot of research, and it's actually been a great partnership because I've worked with Jonelle Doris. We just met for the first time this morning, physically, but we have spoken and met via phone probably over the last 2 years, and we've been working on some things here in Nassau. And so the first thing I'd like to announce is that just this Monday, the disparity study for Nassau County was approved through the full legislature. It was funded as a set-aside from the capital bond plan. So it was in the capital plan years ago. We just never got it funded. So this Monday, when there was a request for bonding, our caucus held up the bonding request until the disparity money was put in. So it was funded. The minority leader, Kavan Abrahams, and the other members of the OMA committee and myself, we stood strong and said, no, not happening. So it's funded, we have to start the work. But in advance of that being funded, I've worked with Jonelle to kind of mirror some of what he has talked about. So we already have legislation that has been filed. It was filed about 1.5 years ago or something to that effect that deals with the surety bond program. I had already been working on it, and then I heard that Jonelle was working on it in New York City, so I said, listen, why we create wheels? I have something in vision, we had it on paper, but we called Jonelle, and he was very giving of his time. And I tell you, we had, at a minimum, we talked at least 5 times, if not more than that. I just wanted to make sure we were headed in the right direction. So we filed. And we're in conversations now with the banks. The treasurer of Nassau County, Mr. Beaumont Jefferson, and myself have engaged banks to find out how we can get this funded and how we can get the technical assistance that the Office of Minority Affairs will need to carry out that charge. So Nassau County intends to be a player and to make sure that we can level the playing field for those that want to do business in Nassau County. One of the other things that we did is unanimously we approved the initiative to make sure that there are no longer fees to apply for contracting services in Nassau County. That was unanimous through the legislature, and we have already experienced an uptick in applications and seeing that people want to do business with us. The county executive, Laura Curran, both sides of the aisle know that this is important, and it's already, we're bearing fruit, people. So I encourage you to continue to, engage Nassau County, to know that we are open for business, and, stay tuned. There should be some assistance coming so that those who might need that extra leg up and, to be able to achieve the dream, that we're working towards that. I thank you for your attention and your time this morning, and I wish Hats and Heels all the best. Thank you.
And again, let's give Legislator Bynum another round of applause for her amazing work on our behalf in Nassau County. We have been blessed and honored to have Jonelle here, Legislator Bynum here, and also another one to add to that list today. Good question? No? I'm trying to get my direction right so I don't mess up anything. Shelley Brazeley. Shelley Brazeley needs no introduction. She is an amazing advocate for our community here in Nassau County. She does amazing work for us, and we are blessed, blessed, blessed that she continues to work for us on our behalf, no matter what capacity that she's in. But today she is speaking on behalf of the town of Senior Councilwoman of the Town of Hempstead, Honorable Dorothy Gooseby. Shelley Brazeley.
Good morning. I am so excited to be in this room full of powerful people, and I'm excited to be here for Senior Councilwoman Gooseby. Our sister Deirdre, the Senior Councilwoman, sends regrets that she can't be here, but she did want you to have, your regular whereas, hitherto's, all the town officials' signature, just for you. Okay, very official. Also, our Senior Councilwoman, the reason we have a Councilman in District 1 is because people of color were not represented in the town, right? And so she went to court and she fought, and the result of that court case is Councilman District 1. And so on behalf of the sister who fought for us, to you who are just, launching out this pilgrimage in Nassau County, in New York State, that we really, really need. She had a citation especially created for you as well. And if you don't mind, I'd like to read this, okay? And this is what it looks like. It has the hard hats, it has the high heels, it has a sister who ain't playing. Construction workers' prayer. Lord, give me the tools to get the job done. Keep my drill bit sharp and nails in my gun. Bless my mind with skill should issues arise, so I will be wiser than I realize. Provide me a never-ending load of wood while assuring my efforts shall be understood. Oh, go like that. Then, when day is past, Lord, allow me to rest with knowledge that I have given my best. Lord, grant me the will to answer each call, even when the phone is ringing off the wall. I wish that to all of you. Remind me, should I ever fail to remember, my job is a gift, New Year's through December. I work with my hands from sun up to sundown with warmth on my back. I have no need to frown. Sometimes the job may be too much to bear, but still I am humbled because you are there. Lord, always be with me. Keep me sound, secure my ladder firmly on the ground. Protect me from harm as I travel along, but most of all, Lord, be sure I am strong. My ultimate goal is to bless others' homes. So Lord, please be certain wherever I roam. I give my heart always to all that I do in the very manner my heart praises you. On the occasion of the National Association of Black Women in Construction introductory meeting and breakfast, the town of Hempstead extends best wishes for success. We love you, sister. We are really, really, really proud of you. God bless.
Now a few words from the president of the New York chapter of the National Association of Black Women in Construction and president and CEO of Hellberg Electrical Supply, our very own Deidre Hellberg.
I humbly come to you. This is a servant position because this is something that's needed. I met the founder several years ago, met a couple of years ago, and I believe in the mission for Black women in construction and Black women in business, Black women, period. We are here. We need to be recognized. It's about advocacy. It's about loving one another. It's about us growing our businesses. And some people say we're unicorns. I don't believe in magical, but I do believe that, you know, we got a good thing going on. But in all seriousness, in the disparity studies and all that we've been through, my family been through, when he was speaking, that's our life. We should not have to suffer. We are capable. You know, I gotta be honest, I'm not one that likes the word minority because there's nothing minor about us. And so a lot of times, minority, oh, well, maybe you don't have the right training, or you don't have this, or you don't have that. Too many times, as us as Black women, we don't have a glass ceiling. Our ceiling is concrete, and that is real, okay? But what we need to do is to continue to move forward. We have the skills, we have the capability. This is going on nationwide. It's not just here in New York, nationally. We're not being recognized for our efforts. And we have to come back to being strong again. We lost the sense of community. We lost the sense of community. We lost our first love, and we lost the sense of community and sisterhood. And we have to come together. I believe that civic organizations, as well as the clergy, as well as business owners, and well as us as human beings, need to come together, love one another, work. We need to grow our businesses, and people need to know we are here. We are here. And so New York, I applaud those. I thank you all for coming. I thank the leadership that is here. We are here to work with you, partner with you, and grow. Okay, and I don't know what else to say. Oh, our founder is here, Ann McNeil. She is the chair of the National Association of Black Women in Construction. She came all the way from Florida. We are grateful. This is her vision, 27 years. Thank you. So I know that the time is closing out. Please network. And thank you so much.
She's going to have a short remark because we know it's networking time now, and so you can network. And everybody, please hashtag network New York. Thank you.
Good morning. My apologies. Just landed at JFK and did everything I could to get here as quickly as I could. and on behalf of the National Association of Black Women in Construction. My name is Ann McNeil, and I am the master builder, helping to build stronger and better lives from the state of Florida, celebrating over 42 years in the construction industry as the first Black female contractor in our state. And so blessed with the vision to create this organization with a group of strong women. We're open to everyone, but I am a Black woman in construction. And so, like Deidre has already shared, and many of you have shared, our vision is to create an organization that creates a pipeline to encourage Black girls to come into STEM. It doesn't matter what area of construction you're in, whether it is legal, CPAs, supplies, water, every single thing we think of, healthcare, safety, we don't think of those areas. Scheduling, estimating, I could go on and on before we get into the ground. So that's what we're about, the business of doing, connecting all of us all across the United States, and right now we're in 10 cities. We're looking to create a chapter here with Deidre as the president, but we need 15, which I think you're already at 15. We'd love to get to 30, but the bottom line is that we're here to help create contacts and turn those contacts into contracts. I'm not going to belabor the moment. We want to thank all of you for coming, and on behalf of the National Association of Black Women in Construction, we welcome all of you with open arms. Thank you.
We want to say thank you for coming this morning to this event. It was a wonderful success. Please, please, please sign up for membership at our table outside. This New York chapter of this organization is going places. Please, please, we want you to be a part. Thank you so very much for your time and for your assistance. Thank you so much for technical assistance. Have a wonderful day.